What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are enjoying your day. So, this wild card matchup is interesting to say the most. We have the Philadelphia Eagles traveling to Tampa Bay to take on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm going to be honest, I don't really have much to say about this. I give the Eagles a puncher's chance here, but I'm just not sure. Well, let's do what we've been doing with the other matchups, and let's see who has the edge. Taking a look at both of these offenses, when you look at the quarterback position, do I even need to try with this? Jalen Hurts versus Tom Brady. Obviously, the edge is going to Tom Brady by far. The man at the age of 44 is still playing at a high level. He might win MVP. I don't even know how to begin to describe what we're seeing with Brady. It's insanity. There's not even a remote chance you can have a comparison between him and Hurts. By far, they have the edge. I'll say this about Jalen Hurts, though. I have enjoyed what I've seen from Hurts this season. He has really developed over the course of this season. He has taken a big step. He needs to continue to develop, and I believe next season we will really see him take that next step. But man, what I've seen from him this year, it's been fantastic. It seems like he had that second year leap that we kind of saw from Kyler last year. Like, it's really something special, and I hope to see Jalen Hurts take it to another level. What he's done for the Eagles this year as the season went on was something special. And the fact that they were able to get to the postseason, man, that's really good. I just credit out to Jalen Hurts for continuing to improve his game and continuing to get better as the season's gone on. And for him to help lead this team to the playoffs, that is truly something special. I'm rooting for the young guy. A lot of people were downing him and they wanted him to, they just didn't believe in him. They believed he was going to flunk out. But for him to play the way he's played this season, I only hope he continues to improve and takes that next step in his game next year. But we'll see. When I worried about next year, you got to worry about this wild card match. But like I said, quarterback matchups, it's Brady. It's not even a competition. Overall offensive talent, have you seen what the Bucs have? Even with the injuries they've suffered, have you seen the offensive talent they have? There's no comparison. There's no comparison. The Eagles do have talent there, and this young stud right here in Devontae Smith has really been balling out, but for the most part, we just know by far the Bucs just have the talent offensively. So they have the edge. Well, let's look at it defensively. I actually look at the Eagles and the Bucs defense much closer than I would originally expect. Really because how do I say this? The Bucs secondary can't be trusted. When you look at the front seven, just the front seven of the Bucs, by far, they would beat out what the Eagles have. Though the Eagles front seven is really good, I just look at the Bucs front seven and I would just put it over the top. If we were just to compare the Bucs front seven to the Eagles defense as a whole, I think we could give the edge to the Bucs front seven. However, you have to count the secondary, and that secondary for the Bucs is very concerning. I do not trust that secondary. I have some concerns there, and they showed several times throughout this season. So I do have some concerns about the Bucs secondary. However, overall, I will give the slight edge to the Bucs defense compared to the Eagles, though I think is a lot closer than people would give credit for, because they'll look at the Eagles and say they're not a good team, they barely got here. But no, the Eagles defense is really solid. They got a lot of great pieces there, and overall as a unit they play really well and they're very concise. But I'm just going to give this slight edge to the Bucs defense here, just because of how they've played throughout the season and how their front seven has looked as a unit. I know that secondary kind of holds them back a little, but overall, when you just look at that front seven, I got to give them the edge. So offensively, the edge goes to the Bucs. Quarterback-wise, the edge once again goes back to the Bucs. Defensively, the edge just slightly goes to the Bucs. So once again, we're dealing with yet another game in which the home team has the advantage and the away team is coming in as an underdog. I don't know what to say, man. Because on paper, there is no way you look at this Bucs team and say they're going to lose this football game. but this is the fun part of the playoffs. You just never know what's going to happen. And the Eagles have been fighting for their lives. Meanwhile, we've seen moments where the Bucs have not looked their strongest. We've seen moments when that secondary has been exploited, and it could very well happen here in the wild card round. The Eagles do have weapons, and Hurts, he can throw that football. So there could be moments like that. However, I still think, despite that, the edge is just going to the Bucs, and I just don't see how the Eagles are going to be able to pull it off. Let's talk about the keys to the game, because if the Eagles can pull this off, what would they need to do to get that to happen? Eagles defensively, there's one thing you need to do. I understand stopping the run. I understand not giving up big plays over the top. But let's be very honest. The one thing you need from this Eagles defense, turnovers. Get the ball out of Brady's hands. The more turnovers you take, the more turnovers you force, and the more times you take the ball away from Brady's hands, the better chance you have to win this. It's as simple as that. Force turnovers. It's already going to be difficult stopping those weapons. It's already going to be difficult stopping the run game. Obviously, you're going to want to do those two things. You don't want to just let them go free and put up points all day. But the number one thing you have to do going up against the squad is you have to force Brady to turn the football over. If you do not do this, you have no shot. Taking the ball out of Tom Brady's hands is the only way you have a chance to win this game. Offensively, this is where you got to put up points, but you also have to dominate in time of possession. I need long drives from Jalen Hurts in this offense. Running the ball, killing the clock, making concise plays here. Don't turn the ball over. Coming up with points while chewing like 6 or 7 minutes off the clock will do you wonders. And if your defense can force turnovers, if that defense can get you turnovers off of Tom Brady, the Eagles could have a good shot to win this game. So offensively, chew the clock, put some points on the board, don't turn the ball over. Defensively, force Tom Brady to turn the ball over by any means necessary. That's all you need if you have a chance. As for the Bucs, continue to do what you're doing. Offensively, continue to put up the points. Now, they've been struggling offensively. Injuries here, some problems here. Gronk hasn't played well in the last couple weeks. It's been rough. But the Bucs are still the Bucs. We know the talent they have, and we know who Tom Brady is, especially in the postseason. Expect them to put points on the board. And I believe if they just play their game and don't turn the ball over, they're going to put points on the board, and the Eagles are going to be in trouble. Defensively, you've got to make sure you slow down Jalen Hurts. That is the main focus. If you can slow down this young man and confuse him, you've got the Eagles. So that's what you need defensively. Slow down Jalen Hurts, put the pressure on him, force him to make a mistake, force him to make an errant throw, and try to force a turnover. If the defense can do that, the Bucs will take this victory. So overall, just like I said, those are the overall keys to the game, but at the end of the day, I just see the Bucs pulling this out. I don't see Brady losing in the first round to the Eagles. I just don't see it happening. So I'm taking the Bucs in this one. I think the Bucs are going to win. I think the Eagles are going to put up a great fight, but I still see the Bucs pulling off this victory. We'll see what happens, though. It should be an interesting matchup, should be a great game, but I just don't see how the Bucs lose this one here. With that being said, that is all I've got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace!